everyone, I'm your science teacher, Teacher Raida, or just call me Teacher Rides. But before anything else, please everybody stand up and let us pray. Okay, good morning class. Nice to see you today. Our topic for today is all about ecosystem. But before anything else, I want you to know that here in our classroom, I have 5 rules to follow. First, listen. Second, follow my instruction. Third, raise your right hand if you have something to say. Fourth, respect each other. And the last one is be safe and be honest. Okay, let's have an attendance first. I'm so impressed because no one is absent for today. Very good. Let's begin our topic today. Class, do you know ecosystem is a community or group of living organisms that live in and interact with each other in a specific environment? The ecosystem is common term and it is widely used in biology and environmental studies. In general, it is known as a system or community that consists of a living organism and their related non-living components in a nature. They interact with each other to create ecological balance and are changing at a steady rate due to the human action. This is because there are many human actions that directly or indirectly affect the environment and the ecosystem. This is an example of ecosystem. Do you observe in a clean water that the frog, duck, fish, and other organisms are enjoying swimming in a pond? The ecosystem is made up of 2 inseparable components, the biotech or living things and the abiotic non-living things. The example of biotech are the plants, animals, protists, fungus, and the bacteria, while the example of abiotic are water, soil, light, air, and minerals. Biotop or abiotic, a particular physical environment with specific physical characteristics such as climate, temperature, humidity, the concentration of nutrients or pH. Biocenosis or biotic, a set of living organisms such as animals, plants, microorganisms that are in constant interaction and are therefore in a situation or interdependence of ecosystem. There are different types of ecosystem based on the different climates, habitats, and life forms. There means that ecosystem can typically be divided into hundreds and thousands of smaller systems. However, all such types generally fall into one of the following 2 categories: the aquatic ecosystem and the terrestrial ecosystem. The aquatic ecosystem have divided into 2, the freshwater ecosystem and the marine ecosystem. In a freshwater ecosystem, it is the lentic, lotic, and the wetlands. In the terrestrial ecosystem is the forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, mountain ecosystem, and the desert ecosystem. In an aquatic ecosystem is referred to all such ecosystems that are primarily located on or inside water bodies. The nature and the characteristic of all living and non-living organisms in the aquatic system are determined based on the environment surrounding their ecosystem. Organisms in this ecosystem interact with other organisms in aquatic and terrestrial ecosystem. The aquatic ecosystem is mainly subdivided into the following types. Freshwater ecosystem. The freshwater ecosystem is one of the essential ecosystems for humans and other organisms living on the land. This is because this ecosystem is a source of drinking water. Additionally, it also helps in providing the necessary energy and water for transportation. Freshwater ecosystem mainly include lentic, lotic, and wetlands. Lentic water bodies that are moving slowly or are still in some places come under lentic. For example, ponds, lakes, pools, and others. Lakes are known as large water bodies and are surrounded by land. Lotic. Lotic is a water bodies that are moving at a fast pace fall under a lotic, for example, stream and the rivers. Wetlands. Environment characterized by soil saturated with water for a long time fall under wetlands. While the freshwater ecosystem is the smallest type of ecosystem among the major types of ecosystem, there is usually no salt content in the freshwater ecosystem. Besides, it consists of many insects, small fish, amphibians, and various plant species. Plants help provide oxygen through the photosynthesis and also provide food for the organism living in this ecosystem. Marine ecosystem. Marine ecosystems are usually characterized by the presence of salt content. These ecosystems have a higher salt content than the freshwater ecosystem. Moreover, they are known as the largest type of ecosystem on Earth. It is usually include all the oceans and their parts. Terrestrial ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem refers to all such ecosystems which are mainly located on the land. Although the presence of water in this ecosystem is measured, they are entirely unbased and exist on land. More specifically, a low and sufficient needed amount of water is located in terrestrial ecosystem. The low amount of water separates this ecosystem from aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystems are mainly classified into the following type: the forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, mountain, and the desert ecosystem. A forest ecosystem has a high density of living organisms living with non-living abiotic elements, including plants, microorganisms, animals, and other species. Grassland ecosystem consists of grasses, shrubs, and herbs, with grasses being the primary vegetation. And the mountain ecosystem have a cold and harsh climate, resulting in the tree-laced alpine vegetation and animals which thick fur coats to protect them from cold climates. The desert ecosystem exists worldwide and covers about 17% of desert areas. It exists worldwide and covers about 17% of desert areas. Desert ecosystems have unique flora and fauna such as the spiny leaf cactus and camels, reptiles, insects, and birds. The function of ecosystem: it helps us regulate all basic ecological processes, manages life system, and ensures sustainability. It participates in maintaining an equilibrium structural process between different tropical levels of ecosystem components. It is also responsible for cycling minerals through the biosphere. It maintains and regulates nutrient cycling between abiotic and biotic ecosystem components. Along with abiotic components, the ecosystem participates in the synthesis of organic components, primarily responsible for transferring energy. Okay, that's all for today, class. See you in next meeting.